Hello. So I am in Cascade Locks. I'll be here for a few days. And one interesting note, there are no locks in Cascade Locks. There used to be, but they were made obsolete by the Bonneville Dam, which is about 2 miles or so that way downstream. And behind me used to be all rapids. And they built the locks to get around these rapids. But then now there's no rapids because Bonneville Dam. So no more rapids. I can't really imagine what this would look like if there were some really serious rapids here. This is a big river. I'm at the Bonneville fish hatchery. There's some huge fish in here. This is the sturgeon pond. And there's a white sturgeon in here that's at least 5 feet long. And it's huge.
There are rainbow trout and white sturgeon. The largest one is Herman. Herman is approximately 10 feet long, 450 pounds, and 70 years old. The white sturgeon is the largest freshwater fish species in North America and can reach lengths of almost 20 feet, can weigh up to 1,000 pounds, and they may live well over 100 years.
So I went into the little gift shop here and I bought some smoked salmon. I had to do it. Had to get the smoked salmon at the fish hatchery. I don't know, maybe it was a bad idea. It looks good. I'm gonna eat it tonight. Yay. It's trout food. You can feed the trout. Yeah, let's feed the trout. So these are the little fish pellets. I figured since they're gonna feed me, I should do the proper thing and feed them a little too. So, behind me is the new improved Bridge of the Gods, the one that wasn't actually created by gods. And you might actually know the bridge from the movie Wild. This is the bridge that Reese Witherspoon stood on at the end of the movie, at the conclusion. So, yeah, it's famous for being in that movie, among other reasons. It's huge. So the Bonneville Dam is just a few miles down, and the Bonneville Dam raised the water level enough that it put the locks out of business and covered up all of the rapids that were here. So there's no more rapids behind me. It's now placid Columbia River. So, you know, we should go walk on the Bridge of the Gods, right where Reese Witherspoon stood. That's what we should do. Let's go walk where Reese Witherspoon stood. This is the Bridge of the Gods that goes from Oregon to Washington over the Columbia Gorge, or the Columbia River. And this is pretty much the exact spot where Reese Witherspoon stood in Wild. So this is where Reese Witherspoon finished the movie, right here. It's a pretty great little bridge, or a huge bridge actually. Don't look down. I'm on the trail for McCord Creek Falls, and right down there is Elloa Falls, and I just wanted to give you a good look around because it's just so beautiful here. This is the Columbia River Gorge. And yeah, so here's Aloha Falls from up above. I was just down at Aloha Falls, and it's really beautiful down there. There's a nice little pool and everything. And the wind kind of blows through the gorge and kind of whips in there and blows the falls around, and so the mist from the falls on a hot day feels really good. It's just nice to sit there and feel these little dabs of cold water on your face. It's really nice down there. I'm at Upper McCord Creek Falls, and it's really beautiful up here. The trail ends, or I think it ends right here at the top of the falls. It's really beautiful up here, and there's a very light breeze coming down from above, so on this hot day it's very wonderful to be sitting here in this very light, cool breeze. So I'm gonna sit and enjoy a little bit.
It never really gets ever. That doesn't really like overtake the city. They're always.
I am in Stonehenge. This is a replica of Stonehenge as it was when it was originally built. It's supposed to be to scale and everything, although I don't know if all the astrological alignments line up perfectly. This is Maryhill, Washington, and yeah, it's kind of neat. So this was actually made as a memorial for World War I soldiers. So the names of the different soldiers are on each one of these posts or obelisks here. The guy who made this place believed that Stonehenge was used for human sacrifice, which I believe a lot of people did back in the early 1900s. So he put a huge slab back there, you know, to sacrifice bodies on. It's really hot today, so yeah, I hope I sleep well. I'm sleeping down by the river. I have a campsite. It's really nice. I'll show that to you for sure. But yeah, the gorge gets very hot in the summer and very cold in the winter.
When we were born, we come into the world. We come from being fully at home and feeling that release that comes. We have a little shadow of it when we come home at the end of the day, those of you that have a home, and put your feet up or relax or have a cup of tea or whatever that is, the feeling of coming home, coming to a safe space, or feeling back at peace with one. And when we get separated from that, that separation is created by the mind. It is the root of suffering.
That right there, that is the most beautiful full moon. This is what I get to enjoy tonight. I'm back in Cascade Locks, and I'm here for PCT Days. And PCT, if you didn't know, is Pacific Crest Trail. So there's tons and tons of hikers here this weekend, all camped out right along the locks here. It's actually really cool. And there's a whole bunch of vendors, so I walk through the vendors. There's some really cool stuff, some cool stoves and backpacks, all the fun stuff you might need to go hiking. Got some really awesome swag. Yeah, I'll have to show you some swag later on. I got some a really awesome cup and some patches and stuff, so yeah. And then this coming week I'm heading back to Portland, so tomorrow it's my brother's birthday, and then after that I'll probably hang out with my mother for a couple days. She wants help working on a website, so that's me, of course, helping out on the websites. Yeah, so I'll check back with you later. Adios.
I can use it. But it's getting brighter. Woo!
I wanted to show you some of the swag I got at PCT Days, and like one of the better ones I got was this awesome cup. It's a camp cup from Granite Gear, and it's just a regular steel enameled cup. But what makes it super awesome is it's huge. It's like a 16-ounce cup versus all my other cups, which are like 12 ounces. So this is like the extra huge cup of coffee right here. This is gonna get very well used. It's like definitely one of my favorite swag today. And so basically this lady was like throwing cups out to the group, and for a while she was throwing them over to the other side, to the right side. And then when she started throwing them over to my side, like one came right up over in front of me, and you know, being tall with very long arms, I kind of just reached over two people and snagged it out of the air in front of them. And like these two guys right in front of me, like both simultaneously like turned around like, what? Where did that come from? Because yeah, I just like completely stole it from him. This is my cup. Awesome. It's awesome. So another thing I got was a couple of patches. Like they're leave no trace patches, but the one I got a Bigfoot patch. It's actually super cool. Actually, I was there hanging out with a friend that I met at the campground, and he actually snagged the Bigfoot one, and I'm really thankful for it. It's you know, because normally like I don't go around grabbing a lot of swag because like I never know what to do with it or whatever, but actually I really like this this patch, so I'm glad I got the patch. It's actually cool. I need to figure out a really cool place to put it next, so maybe put it on a shoulder for one of my hoodies or something that I'll have for a while, because yeah, I want to keep it around. And last but not least was some pancake mix. And normally I'm not like a really ambitious cook or anything, so I don't, but this is like super simple. You just add 1 cup of water. It makes like 8 to 10 medium pancakes. So hopefully, yeah, I'll have to make some pancakes. And I almost forgot, the most useful swag I got at PCT Days was shoelaces. Yeah, so I really needed some shoelaces for these hiking boots because I had broke one off a while back. And yeah, so Danner, the shoe company, was giving away 63-inch shoelaces a pair. So yeah, that was super useful and awesome. So if you're ever in Cascade Locks, get the Flavor Burst. It's the best.